Hey everyone, my name is Paul, and in this video I'm replacing the handlebar on my Chinese scooter. This scooter has the swept back cruiser bar. It's just not very comfortable, so I picked this up on eBay. Not only does this handlebar look a lot cooler, but it puts my hands in a lot better position. Most Chinese scooters use a 7/8 inch handlebar, but the cruiser style uses 1 inch. Make sure you have the correct clamp diameter. Also check the width of the clamp and the length of the part where you put the controls. The brake levers, switches, and grips take a lot of space. This handlebar meets all those requirements for my scooter. You know your scooter is good when it's held together with Gorilla Tape. Gorillas are stronger than ducks. My scooter has 4 screws kinda holding the leg shield fairing. 2 more screws hold the chrome-plated plastic trim on top. The front screw is the last thing holding the front fairing. I'll need to take everything off my handlebars, starting with the turn signals. The turn signals use bullet-style connectors. Green is ground. These small turn signals also came from eBay and take a 14mm wrench to get the nut off. Pull the nut off the wiring and remove the turn signal. The left turn signal has an orange power wire and shares its ground with the right turn signal. Loosen the nut with a wrench and remove the turn signal from the scooter. The left grip is held on by 2 small set screws, then it just slides off. The left switch has 2 Phillips head screws holding it together. The top flips up and the lower piece has a tab that goes into a hole in the handlebars. That was easy. On the right side, we have a similar situation with 2 screws holding the switch together. Open the switch, then push the bottom part down to get the tab out of the handlebars. Disconnect the cable from the throttle tube and slide the grip off. Unplug the 2 wires from the front brake switch. The brake lever clamps take a 5mm Allen wrench. The left lever is for the rear brake. Loosen the brake lever clamp for the front brake and take it off the handlebars. Let's get that speedometer out of the way. Now I have access to the handlebar clamp. Let's take the 4 bolts out of there and remove the clamp. This handlebar has been on here for a long time, so I needed a little help from the old BFP to get it off. Now let's get this new handlebar on here and make sure it's centered on the clamp. I'm also adjusting the angle. This looks good. Notice the knurled surface right where the clamp goes. This handlebar will not move around. Chinese scooters have a tendency to fall apart, so it's good practice to basically glue everything together using Loctite on every bolt. Once you've started all the bolts by hand and made sure they're not cross-threaded, it's okay to save some time by using an electric impact driver, but the final tightening should always be done by hand. Okay, let's get that speedometer back on and move on to the brake levers. I'm leaving the clamps loose for now so I can adjust the brake levers together. Make the bolts tight enough that the levers don't just fall down, but loose enough that you can move them if you need to. I'm sliding the left grip all the way on and marking where the end is. Now I know where to install the left switch. I need to mark the spot on the handlebar where the pin goes. This pin is just plastic, but it keeps the switch from turning on the handlebar. Drill a hole into the handlebar just big enough for the plastic pin to fit into it. That's a good fit. Install the 2 screws holding the left side switch together. Slide the grip on and tighten the set screws. The screws don't bite into the handlebar very well, but they left some marks. Let's highlight them with a marker, then get the drill out. I'm not drilling through the handlebar, only making small indents for the set screws. Now I can turn the screws down a lot more. The ends are flush with the grip, and there's no chance the grip will slide off the handlebar. On the right side, slide the throttle tube over the handlebar and make sure the throttle cable cam is in the groove in the switch. I'm marking the place for the pin and drilling a hole in the handlebar. That fits nicely. Slide the throttle tube back on and make sure it goes inside the switch. Use small needle nose pliers to get the throttle cable end into the throttle cam and close the switch. Reinstall the 2 screws for the right side switch and remember to plug the 2 brake switch wires back in. Route the cables and wires back into the front of the scooter. My turn signals happen to fit nicely into these holes that are already in the handlebars. That's pretty cool. The holes are a little bigger than what I needed, so I added some big washers to hold everything better. Make sure the turn signals are at the right angle and tighten them down. Now I just need to plug them back in. The left turn signal is orange and green, and the right side has blue and green wires. Green is negative.
Sit on the scooter in your normal riding position and adjust the brake levers to make them comfortable. I like to angle them down slightly so my wrists can be straight when I'm standing up doing crazy off-road stuff. Don't forget to adjust the mirrors. I'm guessing the position right now because you really can't tell in the garage. I just want to get them close and check again out in the street. Mirrors like falling off these scooters, so this is a good place for Loctite too. Before I put everything back together, I want to test all the things. We have high beams, turn signals are good, horn, and kill switch. Okay, let's get that front fairing back on. I've simplified my bodywork a bit. If you want to see what I did, check out my video, Off-Road Frame Modifications for my 150cc GY6 Chinese scooter. That's a mouthful, because keywords. Alright, let's take a look at this. Doesn't that look cool? Those are some sweet handlebars. The other scooter people will be jealous for sure.
All done. Having my hands straight will give me better control of the scooter, and that makes this handlebar both beautiful and functional. Thanks for watching, and remember to check out my other scooter repair videos.